And I'm here together with Andrei Plenković, the Vice President of the Foreign Affairs Committee, and he's also, as we all know, he's the co-president of the Parliamentary Association Council, European Union, Ukraine, which have just had a meeting this week and produced also a resolution that will be very helpful for our Parliamentary Assembly to be held in Yerevan in 2 weeks' time. But just to give you a little sort of background to why we thought this hearing would be useful, the study which has been delivered to members caught my eye last autumn. It has the title Assessing Human Rights Protection in Eastern European Conflict and Disputed Entities. And I believe that in the world of conflicts, it's always very useful to take the view on human rights situation. That is very, let's say, descriptive of what is actually going on, and it may also offer some roads to peacemaking and justice, of course. So I'm very grateful that Elmar Brok, the chairman of the Foreign Affairs Committee, agreed to have this hearing jointly, Euronest Parliamentary Assembly, EP component and his committee. But I'm equally happy that Mr. Plenković, a very active member in our Euronest Parliamentary Assembly, is here. So, Mr. Plenković, I would be happy to give you the floor to present the subject of the hearing.
Thank you. Thank you very much, dear Heidi, dear colleagues. On behalf of the chairman of the Foreign Affairs Committee, Mr. Brok, and also on my behalf as the vice chair, but also, as you pointed out, member of our Euronest delegation, as well as the co-chairman of the newly established Parliamentary Association Committee with Ukraine, which we held over the course of last 2 days, I would very much like to support on behalf of Afet today's hearing, an idea which Heidi has been advocating for a while already in the past couple of months, also in various formats in the committees, but also in the special working group that we have always as close consultations with previously with Commissioner Füle and recently with Commissioner Hahn, that regards the access to justice and rights in the zones affected by protracted conflicts, especially the frozen conflicts, which are very characteristic for a series of countries that are within the scope of the European Union's policy of the Eastern Partnership. From that point of view, I believe that hearings of this nature, including the experts which are here with us today, will be very helpful for the European Parliament, for the MEPs in general, to acquire more knowledge, to see really the substance of the situation. And I have to add that a similar idea as we are exercising today, we also put in our conclusions yesterday about the possibility to hold specific hearings regarding the violations of humanitarian law, human rights, minority rights, in specific regarding the conflict in Ukraine, where Ukraine has been a victim of aggression and the expansionist policy, and we would like to have a stronger engagement of the European Union, exactly inspired by the ideas that Heidi has been putting forward over the last couple of months. I think that we should also put in the context the provisions of the association agreements that we have with a number of countries, and I think of Georgia, I think of Moldova, I think of Ukraine, where an important part of the political, democratic, legal aspects of the values and cooperation are mentioned, and therefore I would expect our experts to a little bit elaborate also on the role of these agreements in the context of our topic. If I understood well, I think it is. Would you like to? Mr. Manole. Mr. Manole. Okay, I understand that the first speaker today will be Mr. Jon Manole, who is the director of the Moldovan Human Rights League, Promo Lex. I very much welcome you. Mr. Manole is a lawyer and also pro bono lawyer regarding in particular the human rights cases in Chisinau, and I think that his very rich experience in the specific area which we are discussing today gives him the right title and the right arguments to explain certain violations of rights, of human rights, of constitutional rights that occurred in the countries covered by the Eastern Partnership. And I would just like to mention that his organization, Promolex, focuses a lot on litigation, and the organization represents 74 cases, including 59 concerning Transnistria, at the European Court of Human Rights in Strasbourg. Mr. Manole, the floor is yours.